just streaming on YouTube today. If you guys can hear me or not, not sure. But we'll keep going. Worst case, I just upload the video. So we got a lot to talk about today. We got Craig Jones, Oliver Geddes, and some other stories. So we'll get into it. My voice a little jacked up. We got a little meme posted by Craig Jones. We'll just watch that a couple times. Hopefully the audio works. Hopefully the copyright.
Dokes always sensed I was hiding something. Now he knows. My devil danced with his demon, and the fiddler's tune is far from over.
So yeah, I mean, you guys can read.
Dokes always sensed I was hiding something. Now he knows. My devil danced with his demon, and the fiddler's tune is far from over.
Hopefully comments are up. I can't tell, man.
Dokes always sensed I was hiding something. Now he knows. My devil danced with his demon, and the fiddler's tune is far from over.
Hopefully that audio doesn't get me. You know, me and audio, bro. YouTube will take your stuff down immediately. So today we're just streaming on YouTube. So yeah, I mean, obviously you got J-Rod as Dexter, and you got the police officers, the B team headquarters, keeping their eye on him. Which, I mean, I hope somebody's keeping their eye on him. Somebody keep your eye on him, okay? Craig says, stop sending me these. I have nothing insightful to say, but the memes aren't entertaining. Petition to let him back in. Oh, here we go. Nick Meister says, YouTube will heel hook anyone who infringe. Yep, I've been heel hooked. I've been toe holded. I've been knee barred. I've been calf sliced by YouTube. Yeah, they got me, bro, a few times. So we got a dude petitioning to get J-Rod back. He didn't do nothing. That's what someone said. Sup, J-Rod. So they're saying he's the one posted on that. I'll sign this. LOL. Yo, J-Rod, go take your punishment, bro. Go take your suspension. Craig made it himself and claims we are sending it. Marketing genius. I mean, nobody else is marketing, so anything... It's like the first, human to use a rock. Like, well, I mean, it's a rock, but it's better than nothing. So that's kind of Craig Jones, because nobody else was really marketing. So, I mean, he's the first person to actually put some thought into it. Said it has the creator's @ handle on there. Is the @ handle? I don't see it. Oh, I see it there. Some very small text. Industry plant. Oh my God. My favorite crime series of all time. Dexter was pretty good. I only made it through the first season though. The Trinity season was peak Dexter. Agree. The world is healing. Ain't no sin that to you. You made that yourself. Yeah, possibly. If he can make all the, how does Craig Jones do all this stuff? Nick says all these people are J-Rod's best friends and know exactly what happened. Free J Diddy. I mean, I would not want that association with my name, but all right. Craig rolls out of bush wearing a camo Speedo. I got you now. I wonder how long can Craig Jones keep doing this stuff? When he's 40, is he still going to be doing the same jokes at 40? What about 50? Proceeds to catch J-Rod like a Steve Irwin crocodile video. The original memes are somehow like, when I know bro is gooning right now, right now, but I have no proof. So this makes it way better. Let Jay play with his rod. This is our community, guys. This is the best of the best of our community right here in these comments here. It's funny, but you're sharing serious accusations from people on your page, then making memes about it on the same page. I don't get how anyone actually likes you. That's a great question there. Great question there. I'm always telling you guys to be discerning, but I mean, that ain't working. That clearly not working. You probably don't get a lot of I don't know what he's saying. Craig Double Standards Jones. Who don't you hate? Show me on the doll where Craig touched you. It would be quicker to show you where he didn't touch you. Well, he's from Australia, so that's the humor. It's very dark. There's a reason they sent all those guys and girls over to Australia, man. Don't you see? They were trying to keep the world safe. They sent all the they sent all those people over to Australia, and then those people started breeding, and then eventually, a couple generations later, you get Craig Jones. What do you expect, guys? Time for Craig to have the birds and the bees talk with J Rod. Craig, you're my king. Yeah, that's you guys. That's you guys over there commenting that. Wait, according to the woman accusing J Rod of crimes, I thought this was a no laughing matter. I thought the same thing. What's serious? What's real over here? Free Nikki's brother, J my Rod to this later. Our community is pretty toxic when you think about it. Yeah, that's all I can say is just pretty toxic. Everything's a joke. There's nothing serious. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure what the future of jiu-jitsu is going to be. I'm worried about it. Weren't we trying to avoid talking about this Gunner merch when can I get a rash guard that says number one Gunner or like a rash guard that's completely black and has goon stains under LED lighting? Like, why would you type that, bro? Why did I read that? That's terrible. To be honest, if this is true that he's going to AOJ is probably a better gym for him and his potential to grow in the sport. AOJ is better than Woke Team. Fellas, is it woke to want your female teammates to feel safe and comfortable training with you? I mean, what's going on in this sport, bro? J Rod at AOJ keeping his head down for a few quarters, then popping up to win gi pans or worlds at brown belt is the best timeline. Bro, there's no way he could win in the gi. Do you know how good the brown belts are at gi? In the gi? At pans and worlds, bro? I mean, if you think you could just waltz in and just win in the gi, we talked about this yesterday. The only person that did something similar was Mason Fowler. Really, AOJ, is that true? There are a lot of females there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they. I don't think they want him at AOJ with all those girls. Yeah, I don't think they want him there like that. Did it not send the signal out, guys? I don't think a lot of people saw that. I'm live right now, but it's okay. It's all good, man. We keep it rolling, guys. Let me check. Um, I cannot tell, man. This software is all over the place. It got me under gaming. Why is my stream under gaming? who who put it under gaming? That's crazy, bro. We'll keep going, man. If people jump in, they jump in, man. Uh, no way you posted this. Let Jay come back to classes that have no women at them. Oh, Jay Diddy. What happened with J Rod? Someone asked that. I'm not gonna read that. No one believes that this was sent to you, brother. He did nothing wrong. J Rod gonna jack off. Oh, gee, I shouldn't have said that. Free J Rod. This is a top tier meme. Let me adjust my crown and get my day started. Let's see. Can someone give me context? So yeah, that's not the best. Well, let's move on. We had some news. I didn't cover this story. It says the woman caught in the accident with Francis Ngannou died from an overdose of anesthesia in the hospital. So I believe Francis was in a motorbike accident or something like that. And then, unfortunately, the other person didn't make it. So yeah, not the best news. It says a serious medical error was made while taking care of not the victim, but I don't know what you say, the lady, following excuse me, following an accident involving Francis Ngannou, including an overdose of anesthesia. So I believe this was in Ghana. Yeah, I believe that was in Ghana. Ain't the anesthesiologist's sole job to administer anesthesia? Like you go to school for X amount of years to do that. Shaking my head. That was medical malpractice. People still make mistakes, pal. It's called human error. That's why doctors have malpractice insurance. It's just part of life, dog. Poor anesthesiologist. He made a mistake, guys. It's I and it just cost someone a life. Yeah, we don't know. We're not gonna dive into the details on this one. Just things happen, man. Someone said they're blaming. Well, not funny, but they said they're placing the blame on the hospital instead of Ngannou. So, I mean, accidents happen. Deagle got in an accident recently. On a motorbike as well. So, be careful out there if you ride motorcycles or scooters or anything. Rainer der Ritter. I just don't like saying his name. He receives a care package from Iowa. So, we talk about wrestling a lot. So, he's over here getting care packages from Iowa Wrestling. Yeah, I don't think they sent the. I didn't get a notification that the stream was live. This. I'm just on YouTube today, so that might be why. YouTube fighting me, bro. Thanks, YouTube. YouTube gonna fight me. So you got a care package from Iowa. You guys know Iowa is a big wrestling uh, state. And so, just so if you didn't know, he beat Bo Nickel, who wrestled for Penn State. So I guess I guess the Iowa guys didn't like Bo, so they're rooting against him basically. Even though they do the same sport, they're over here rooting against him. So that's how life goes, man. So he's got the kit, the gear. He got the Iowa shirt, the Iowa hat, some more stuff. So that's pretty nice of them. It says Iowa has no chill. Had to send him something because none of their wrestlers could ever do it. Aw. I mean, Iowa this year, Iowa is this year. Next year, Iowa's gonna have some good talented athletes. So we'll see what they do. That NIL, they put a lot of money into these kids. Let's see. Let's see. Actually, he did run into those brothers because they are all from Texas, and he's known them since they were all very young. Is he from Texas? Is Bo Nickel from Texas? Why are you? Let's see. This is the level of pettiness I can support. Too bad it was at the expense of my favorite fighter. Pettiness level, free falling. Love it. Bro deserves it. How does it feel that Bo Nickel still lives rent free in all the Iowa fans' heads and even the coaches at Iowa? Honestly, people would have eventually forgotten about his Iowa matches if he didn't bring it up in every other podcast or social media. Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, Bo pushes people's buttons. Well, that might be why he's been pretty successful in fighting. This is kind of funny. Bro should be inducted into the Hawkeye Hall of Fame. This is how you tell Iowa been struggling. This will not age well. Cope harder, Hawkeyes. Comedy, no way. Rent free, bro. Not a good look for Iowa wrestling. So I don't think they care. They just want to see Bo get beat. So we talked about Marcelo yesterday. He had Tap Cancer Out and Stuart Cooper Films. I'm sure you guys know that those guys, right? So they were in New York City. It says up to something special with legends Stuart Cooper and Marcelo Garcia. What an incredible, emotional, and unforgettable 2 days in NYC. Gabby's. Well, let's look at the pictures first. So that's Stuart Cooper, and I guess that's the Tap Cancer Out guy. They're at Marcelo Garcia School in New York City here. So we talked about it yesterday, but Marcelo's been 2 years cancer free. So I guess they're doing a little documentary. Not little, but they're doing a documentary on that. So you got Marcelo Garcia here. Looks like a hotel room, I guess. Not a hospital room. And he's got Stuart Cooper. He's over there filming. So If you guys know Stuart Cooper, he's done a lot of videos on YouTube. Like, some of the best documentaries we've ever seen. So he's interviewing Marcelo, and then also filming the class at MGA New York. Gabby says, Goat Gang, 2 of the best in the game. Amazing, can't wait. It's so cool. Brilliant. MG is my hero. I'm so happy he rung the bell. Thank you, Marcelo, for all these years of technique and innovation and many more. So that's pretty great to see Marcelo working with Stuart Cooper and Tap Cancer out. So talking about that, we got some pretty bad news. I hate bringing up bad news, but it's kind of life, you know. I'm always telling you guys, be mindful of who you're following in the sport. So you guys love Craig Jones. That's I'm not gonna argue with that with you guys. You guys love him. But there's a lot of good people in jiu-jitsu, and it's not all drama. There's a lot of people that work behind the scenes. There's a lot of people that work with like kids. There's a lot of people that are donating their time and energy to helping make the world a better place. So we got Oliver Geddes. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. So I'll read this post first, and then I'll kind of talk about my experiences, and I think maybe check out his BJJ Heroes and some other stuff. Says I don't know. I don't really know where to start with this. Things have moved really quickly, but it's reached a point where I feel. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can I move it up? Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see. I don't want that to happen. I'm trying to get this thing better. Is there a way to crop that? I'm working over here. I'm working over here, guys. Properties filters. Where's the thing at, man? Give me 1 second, guys. Where's that thing at? I'm trying to figure out stuff and not working preview scaling. No. I can't figure it out. Shoot. That doesn't want to work. I'll go back then. Oh, you guys can't even see. I'm over here messing around with it. And anyway, I'll just go back to it. Hopefully, you guys got good eyes, or you're watching on your TV. So things are moving really quickly, but it reached a point where I feel I should share that I have cancer. Not me. I'm reading the post, guys. Knock on wood for me. And him, obviously. It's most likely terminal, and I have maybe days, maybe weeks to live. I'm going to chemo, but my liver is basically non-functional at the moment, and chemo with a non-functioning liver could kill me. The plan is to start chemo on Friday, so tomorrow I have a day to say thanks or goodbye or whatever ends up happening. So taking that into account, there will be an open mat at my gym in Wimbledon, which is open to everyone who wants to drop in and say hi or bye and just see some old faces. The details are here, Thursday, 22nd of May. So today, 6 to 8, which what time is it over here? It's like 4 o'clock over there. It's 10 o'clock over here. And it's at his gym, Stronger Fitness and Martial Arts. And it's in the UK. So pretty hard news to see. I don't know if you guys have met Oliver. He's competed a lot over the years. He also refereed. So I actually met him in Sweden. I think that's when I met him. And he did like a lot of the courses for what's that guy's name? He did like a lot of the courses And for you have to have a course, the rules coursing. So he did a lot of that stuff for us. Would that work? I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, so he did like a lot of the courses for us. Yeah, a lot of the courses, like going over the rules, explaining the points. And I don't know if we took a test or anything, but then we got a little certificate, which I have somewhere at my house. A little certificate from Oliver. Uh, I saw a post by one of the Swedish guys too. Can I find it? I'm trying to find it, guys. Yeah, it's hard for me to find my Swedish guy. Where's that guy? Yeah, so he did like a lot of the courses, especially in Sweden, and I'm sure around Europe as well. Uh, Actually, there was a lot of posts about him too. I wonder if they'll pop up. I just want to show you that people actually, really. Uh, oh, here we got a few people here. Got Mirakatsu. I don't know if we'll get into the comments. We might get into the comments of the main one, but let's read some of the posts. This is heartbreaking news about legendary British black belt and my friend Ali Geddes. I truly hope he can find a way to pull through. I'm still shocked, but wanted to share the struggle with my friend Oliver. Um, that reminds me, someone at Alliance headquarters passed away too. I'm not sure. I didn't know the guy, but if you guys knew the guy, I send my condolences to him as well. I'm still shocked, but wanted to share the struggle my friend is going through today. And man, I consider one of the OGs of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu of the BJJ world and one of the kindest people I will ever meet. He doesn't really talk about himself, but anyone who knows him will agree he is just awesome. Always gives me mad respect, and I am lucky to call him a friend from the old days. Even coached me at Euros 2011. Wow, my first. Recently refed and always looked after me. Invited me down to his academy. Be strong, brother, and keep positive as you always are. Um, yeah, this, Ted Choi. Look at that. He did a seminar at Max. I didn't know that. Oh, shoot, that's pretty. Yeah, a couple years ago, 2016, great seminar and holiday roll with Hodger Gracie Black Belt, Ali Geddes. So, man, look, we got a connection there. I'm gonna save that picture and send it to Dave and Nelson. We'll send it later. You got man, Dave. You got Nelson, Hillary. You got the crew, Greg and Marianne, Mike, Khalil. You got Ted Choi and a lot of people over there. Eddie over there. So we'll read a couple comments. Again, I just wanted to shine a light on him because I actually got a chance to meet him, did my rules course, and overall was a nice guy. You would see him at competitions all the time, refereeing and stuff. So, yeah, I think people are just mostly saying sorry. Sorry to hear this. I have no words. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Yeah, so if you know him, just reach out to him, or if you're in the UK, go. If you can make it to his school, go check it out. Okay. I got someone over there messaging me too. Let me get out of this. So we're gonna go to his BJJ Heroes. Kind of get some history on him a little bit. He's still alive, guys. He's still kicking. He's still fighting. Like he said, he's going through chemo. He's gonna go through chemo and see what he can do. Which is all you can do, man. Just keep fighting. Man, it's rough out here, bro. It's rough out here. So I mean, obviously, I want you guys to be entertained, but this is real life, man. This ain't all jokes and giggles over here. I know you guys like to giggle and make jokes. I know you guys love Craig Jones and everybody else over there. Where's my thing at over here? If you guys joining us, we've been looking at Oliver Geddes. I'm just on YouTube today, so I can't even see half the stuff that's going on, guys. I can't see who's on here or nothing, so I'm just talking. Leave a comment in there so I know who's in here, man. So let's read a little bit about him. If you're just joining, Oliver Geddes just posted that he is going to be doing some chemo. Oliver Geddes, commonly known as Ollie, is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under the legendary Roger Gracie, born in London, England, who became well known in the BJJ scene as one of the most avid competitors in the United Kingdoms and even Europe. Ali is he's also recognized for his use of the half guard game, as well as being one of the black belts produced by three-time open weight world champion Roger Gracie. I mean, that doesn't get too much better than that. Carlos Gracie Jr., Roger Gracie, Oliver Geddes. First place at let's just say World Pro Qualifier 2009 to 2011, 2009 and 2011. IBJJF European Championship at Purple Belt in 2009, 2010. Basically the same time period as me. CBJJE European Champion 2009 and 2010. First place UK BJJ Open, British Open 2009. So a lot of stuff over here, man. A lot of stuff at the purple and brown. He competed mostly at Mayo Pesado, which is middle heavy, and he's associated with the Roger Gracie Academy. Sometimes the BJJ, this BJJ Heroes thing's not too accurate. So it says Ali was born in London on the 29th of August, 1984. So he's a little bit up there. He started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in 2005 with the objective to become a more complete martial artist. However, he soon found that he enjoyed BJJ much more than other martial arts he was training at, and decided to work full-time on his grappling. After a short while, Ali decided to quit his mundane job and dedicated his life to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He became one of the coaches of Roger Gracie Academy in London and even lived at the gym. He also became one of the most active competitors in Europe, competing in literally hundreds of competitions. He was awarded all belts by Roger Gracie himself, blue in 2006, purple in 2008, brown in 2010, and eventually his black belt on December 2011. Oh, he was fighting. He had a heliopedic paradigio. I thought it said Heath. Yeah, so he's been around for a long time. Kind of the same generation as me. I started in 2005. Well, jiu-jitsu in 2005, a little bit earlier. But, man, this is life, man. Like I said, it's not all jokes out here, man. You got, as I say that, you got Craig Jones in the American Speedo. That's your guy's hero right there, man. So what's Craig Jones got to say again? If you saw the thumbnail, he's on the thumbnail.
Grappling these days is it seems like they're almost wanting to be more involved with all things CJI, despite what we saw with the arrest.
And in doing this partnership, I really have to be quite apologetic. I know a lot of people out there are like, oh, does that mean CJI is going to be on Flow? A lot of cheap bastards complaining about $3 million wasted, another $2 to $3 million wasted on this event. And they're like, oh no, Craig, is it going to be on Flograppling? You're doing all this work with Flograppling? Well, I do have to apologize to absolutely fucking no one, because it's still going to be free on YouTube, and I'm going to be working with Flograppling. That shows how cool these motherfuckers are. What a massive liability it is for me to sign a contract to work with them. I think their lawyers and HR department are aware of what a liability it is, but obviously I am the chaos the sport needs right now to build it back up. We tore it down.
The thing about Flograppling these days is it seems like they're almost wanting to be more involved with all things CJI, despite what we saw.
So I wonder, what exactly is Flo's role? I'm kind of wondering. What's up, Danny? I'm kind of wondering, like, what is Flo? I mean, if it's going to be on YouTube, like, what is Flo? Maybe they're going to have behind the scenes, or they're going to sponsor it. Like, I'm wondering what's Flo's role going to be. Are they going to do the broadcasting? Because I love Flograppling. Flo, I love you guys. But whoever Craig Jones had for CGI 1 was pretty good. Pretty darn good. They don't need to change that at all. That was pretty good. That was, compare CGI to ADCC, and man, that thing was smooth. It looked good. CGI 2 or CGI 1 looked really good. I love Flograppling. Shout out to Flograppling. We cool. I'm just wondering, what is Flograppling bringing to the equation? Which is I think that's an okay question to ask. What is Flograppling going to bring? I mean, obviously they got resources and experience. I mean, get Hanato Laranja, get him out of there. Get him out of there. Pull him out of there. I'm just wondering what Flo. If you guys know in the comments something I'm missing, what is Flo bringing to the equation that I'm missing? Because to me, CGI 1 was really great. I'm just wondering, what is Flo gonna bring that no one else could bring? Maybe some connections that Craig didn't have. Maybe just a little bit more support. Are they gonna be in the back end? Are they gonna be in the front end? Are they gonna be on Craig's front end or Craig's back end, guys? Danny, what did Danny say? I have no heroes anymore. Sadly, world let me down too many times. Yep. I'm telling you guys to use discernment. Not so much my viewers. I'm talking about the young people that just copy, Craig Jones and Gordon Ryan and whoever else is popular this week. Just have some discernment. If these guys are doing it, I'm not saying you need to do it. Probably you shouldn't do it. So let's see what they got to say in the comments here. Man, I'm trying to get this thing over, but can I switch it over? Says will CGI be on Flograppling? He said it was going to be on YouTube. Did he say it's going to be on YouTube first, or it's going to be on YouTube after, or it's going to be on Flograppling first and then YouTube like the next day? If they do that, it might still work. It might still work if they stream it to Flograppling, and then maybe like the next day they stream it to YouTube. They release it on YouTube. Bro, you had me in tears. This episode was insane. Gonna have to can't read. Gonna have to get a clip of your shout out and funny compilations going for sure. She got her hands full just dealing with Craig Jones, Some dude's he said, let's link up. I don't know who that guy is. Well, maybe I don't know. Still free on YouTube. Okay, all good then. Growing respect. Yeah, everybody wants it free on YouTube. But, because it's free on YouTube, people are like, man, I can donate the money. The money I would have given to Flograppling, I can just put on YouTube. I'll donate the Flograppling money to the Craig Jones Invitational. I think I donated some money, did I? I feel like I did. Because, in the chat, you could donate money. Just like the chat we got on YouTube here, you could just send money over. Jason says the whole Flow organization is cringe. They realize Craig is hot and trying to jump in with him any way they can. I cannot imagine how much they had to pay him. Well, they were just like ADCC. They underestimated Craig Jones, right? Yeah, he's not gonna do ADCC. He's gonna do his own thing. All right, we'll see what happens. Boom, CGI blows up. Now they saw the results. So that's an important lesson for all of us. Show people. Don't just tell people what you're gonna do. Show them. And now look at Craig. He probably got a 7 figures from Flograppling just for 2 days of, not 2 days of work, but 2 days of events. So that's Craig has proven himself. Craig has a high level growing BJJ platform in his hands. It's a great power as it's a great responsibility. Everyone wants to be connected to CJI too, or CJI. But what we're seeing is that all this can come crumbling down. Look at J-Rod. All it takes is one person messing up. All it takes is one sponsor being like, I don't want to do this jiu-jitsu stuff no more. All it takes is one allegation, and the events paused or canceled, which is what we're seeing. We're seeing this with, Kyle Snyder. He might have messed up the whole Final X. Final X still got him on They got him on the list for competing, but say he can't compete. Oh well, the whole show's kind of messed up. He's like the heavyweight. Is he the heavyweight match or the second to the last match or something? Anybody know the 5th team, B team, New Wave, 10 Planet Autos, and Misfits, bro? There's one of the 3 Misfit teams along with Europe and the Americas, but I think there's going to be a 5th real team, maybe AOJ. Who said they're going to solo? He's making a joke. Bring back Uncle Hinach for the interviews. No, we don't want Hinach. We don't want him. We don't want him. You know what? We're kind of in jiu-jitsu. There's not that many personalities. We kind of bland people. I mean, we're not as bland as the wrestlers, but we not exciting. We're not funny. We're not really like, witty. Craig Jones is pretty witty, but I mean, he's from Australia. He's from the land of wit and sarcasm. Who else would you guys like to see hosting? I mean, I'm not gonna do it, obviously. But who else would be able to host and keep up with Craig? Kind of. That's a good question. I don't know. Why else would it also be free on YouTube? It says Flograppling is desperate. Why else would it be free on YouTube? I don't blame him for pawning off the production. They might do it. Flograppling partnered with BJJ Stars, and what they did like the prelims were free. They had prelims that were free, but then like the main event you had to go on Flograppling, and then later on they put it on YouTube. I mean, for Flow, their business model is to generate memberships, right? And they generate memberships. At least I'm saying Flograppling, not Flow Wrestling or anybody else, any of the other Flow sports, but their business model is, they cater to the hobbyists that are competing. The people that want to see their matches, the parents that want to see their kids' matches, the athletes that want to see their own matches. So, and then they got some casual people. But mostly, if you're going to pay for Flograppling, it's because you're on there or your family's on there, your friends are on there. So that's one way to get memberships. The thing with YouTube is that the reach is even bigger, potentially billions of people on YouTube, hundreds of millions of people on YouTube. And you get the casual people, the people that do MMA, the people that do judo, the people that wrestle. Anybody that's just kind of curious can jump on and, oh, what's going on with this? Oh, CGI? Oh, what is this, jiu-jitsu? Danny says, that being said, I like to learn from everyone if they have something to offer. It's odd, though. Craig markets pretty well already. Maybe he wants more ad revenue for Flow. From Flow? Does he want... yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's sure. I'm sure Craig is trying to get all the money he can get. Jason says, Autos just added Felipe Pena to their team. Yeah. I mean, what weight class? 99? What weight class is Kine in at? I have no clue. The thing with Autos, they got too many heavy hitters. They got Barbosa. Yeah, Barbosa. Actually, maybe make Barbosa cut weight. Barbosa, Felipe Pena. Throw Kynan in there. They got Janatis, Gracie. Who else on there? Maybe Andy Murasaki or somebody. I'm not sure who would be the lighter weight guy. Yeah, Andy Murasaki probably. Rotulo 20. What about the Rotulos? They got too many good people, bro. Let's see. With the absence of Gordon Ryan as he works on whatever UFC is brewing, Flo has to grit where they can. Yeah, so I guess, Gordon Ryan's working with UFC, Mikey's working with UFC. Who else is there to work with outside of Craig Jones? He's the last person they could work with. Yeah, I'm not sure who else they could work with. Crazy how so many people just assumed the guy who made a whole career out of disrupting ADCC and Flow would just undo all of that for some money. Well, listen, money's the name of the game, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything against Craig. I just, he will flip flop for that money, man. And a lot of people do, these shows, he's like a CEO basically, right? He's got shareholders to appease. He's got to make a profit. He's got to show results. And when someone like Craig doesn't show results, people move on. It's kind of the same issue with Gordon Ryan. People put up with Gordon when he was winning. Reluctantly, we had to put up with Gordon because he was winning. He's beating all the best guys. But we're going to see as he starts to retire, he's starting to slow down. People are going to forget. People forgot about Marcelo Garcia. People forgot about, can you guys see? Let me move a little bit closer. Yeah, people forget about Marcelo Garcia. People forget about Hoffa Mendes. People forget about Dean Lister. People forget about Hodger Gracie. People forget about Eddie Bravo. They forget about everybody's going to get forgotten. Everybody, the only people they might remember, Royce Gracie, Helio Gracie. That's it. Who else they got to remember from jiu-jitsu? Maybe Gordon Ryan. But think 10, 20 years from now, oh, Gordon Ryan, who is that? I don't know. Penna will be plus 99. Oh. How did Penna get so big? So it says YouTuber pokes fun at 4-year-olds training jiu-jitsu. They're just rolling on the ground. Why is he commenting on kids? This guy, I don't know if you guys know this guy. He does the No Jumper podcast. He films professional videos, explicit videos. Why is he talking about kids? Who can I report this dude? Where's Chris Hansen at? He should not be He should not be talking about kids at all. In no way or shape or form should this dude be talking about kids. He need to be on some list or something, bro. He shouldn't be talking to no kids, man. I think, if you're in that industry, you can't even be around kids. Yeah, don't let that dude be around your kids, man. Is that Chuck Liddell? Look at Chuck Liddell. Oh my God. We're gonna read the article, but look at Chuck Liddell. It says keep your kids away from that man. Yeah, for real. Keep your kids away from him. Bro, what's going on with this world, bro? Look at Chuck Liddell. Let's read the article. Is putting 4-year-olds into martial arts training just good parenting or a bit of a stretch? YouTuber and podcast host Adam22. I mean, this dude barely relevant too. he's relevant, but I mean, he got issues too. Adam22 stirred up the debate during a recent episode of No Jumper, where he and MMA legend Chuck Liddell unpacked the rising trend of parents enrolling toddlers in jiu-jitsu. It's kind of like a trend in the parenting circles that I'm in. Wait, who's a parent? Is Adam22 a parent? A lot of these parents are talking about putting their 4-year-olds in jiu-jitsu. Well, they do it to burn the kid's energy, bro. Have you ever been around a 4-year-old? You know how much energy a 4-year-old has? I mean, listen, you want the kid to play, have some fun, burn some energy, learn a little bit of, hopefully some discipline, and, class over in about 30 to 45 minutes, you good. Why you got to attack jiu-jitsu, bro? Craig Jones going to be partnering with Adam22, guys, just to let you guys know. While he acknowledged some potential upsides, Adam22 didn't hold back from poking fun at the reality of what toddler training sessions actually look like. Do you even train, bro? Bro, what are you doing? Do you even train them? I bet you them 4-year-olds got more technique than you. Got better technique than you. I've seen 4-year-olds do jiu-jitsu and they're just kind of rolling around on the ground. It's pretty fun. It's pretty funny. Still, he wasn't entirely dismissive. Adam 22 went on to say he could see the merit in giving kids an early start in martial arts, especially from a developmental standpoint. Part of me thinks this is a great thing to get them started on early. Well, those are the kids that become the world champions, bro. The kids that are playing around at 4 years old become world champions at 20 years old. Obviously, a kid who can defend themselves is a very valuable. I think it's good for their mind state, even outside the physical aspect. Liddell, the former UFC champion and father himself, offered a measured take. Well, the kids can't do MMA at 4 years old. While he supports his kids learning how to fight, he made it clear he's not the type to push them into competition. I want them to know how to fight. I want them to be able to do everything, but I'm not going to make them do anything. But from his perspective, basic self-defense is a must-have skill, especially for boys. I think it's very important for a kid to know how to defend themselves, especially guys. It says, oh man, Chuck went onto the podcast. Guess I'm not surprised. No jumper is a literal dump. I mean, they got a lot of people. They got some RICO cases. They got the FBI, CIA coming after them. I'm not the biggest fan of degeneracy, so I don't really support Adam 22. Big surprise there. I'm looking for a post I saw earlier, guys. Let's see if I can find it, guys. I'm looking for the post. We for sure won't be watching that video. You ain't gonna catch me watching that video, guys. Let's see if I can find the video I'm looking for. Looking. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to get a microphone holder because I'm traveling, so I got this microphone. I don't really see. Oh, there we go. I didn't save that. Oh my God. Let me pull this up real fast, guys. I thought I saved this, but before we get to Craig Jones, let's come over here. Back to Instagram. How you guys doing? I hope you guys having a good Thursday, man. Who's that? That's a camp or something. Where is it? You guys know I gotta save stuff, man. The way I be pulling stuff up. Yeah, so I saw this. Jiu-Jitsu was brought up again.
Jiu-Jitsu is our national sport, and we export Jiu-Jitsu to all over the world. And predominantly, one of our biggest partners is the US, where we host several championships throughout US cities. Last year, we hosted World Jiu-Jitsu Championships in Dallas. That's a partnership we want to grow. 40 events launched in 2009. Well, Mr. President, Jiu-Jitsu is our national sport, and we export Jiu-Jitsu to all over the world. And predominantly, one of our biggest partners is the US, where we host several championships throughout US cities. Last year, we hosted World Jiu-Jitsu Championships in Dallas. That's a partnership we want to grow. 40 events launched in 2009. Well, Mr. President, Jiu-Jitsu is...
So that's pretty cool, man. I believe that's is it Abu Dhabi? So I don't know if you guys never been to Abu Dhabi. Jiu-Jitsu is really popular there. Like you said, it's the national sport. It's in their school system, and they do huge championships, tons of tournaments. They're not super popular in America like they used to be. The World Pro, they've rebranded a couple times, so it's kind of hard to keep up. But they've done some big tournaments, and I know a ton of Brazilians living in the Middle East right now. It says a historic moment for jiu-jitsu. I'm not sure exactly what country flag that is. An incredible honor to witness jiu-jitsu take center stage during the official visit of the President of the United States to the UAE. This powerful gesture speaks volumes about the UAE's unwavering commitment to elevating the sport and its vision in placing jiu-jitsu on the world stage. Today, jiu-jitsu wasn't just showcased, it was celebrated, recognized, respected. A proud day for the sport, a proud day for UAE. So yeah, a lot of people, Renzo Gracie, he's really well connected with the Middle East. Lucas Lepre, they have him down there. Ali Mafaradi, he's got a school in Bahrain. A lot of these people have been competing in UAE, in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai. I think mostly Abu Dhabi. So, it's kind of crazy. You got Craig Jones doing his thing, but then like on the other side of the world, you got like jiu-jitsu being promoted by the sheiks in their schools and, through the sponsoring of the tournaments. And that reminds me, jiu-jitsu's been pretty widespread. We think jiu-jitsu it's considered a niche sport, but when you think about how far it's spread, a lot of people know about jiu-jitsu. I'm not saying a lot of people do jiu-jitsu. Most people won't do jiu-jitsu, but think about, even one of the, on here, there's my post right there. Even in space, we got jiu-jitsu in space. Didn't you guys see the one jiu-jitsu guy that was in space that one time? Is that it? I think that's the only video I can see. That's real, guys, not CGI. Or CGI.
Hello everyone. My name is Sultan Al-Niyadi and I'm an astronaut living and working aboard the International Space Station. I'm on a scientific mission that will last 6 months, where I do a lot of science, do a lot of maintenance, and help developing cutting-edge technology that will help humanity back on Earth. And today you might see me in a kimono, a jiu-jitsu kimono. And this is because I love jiu-jitsu. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for so many years. And I think jiu-jitsu helped me a lot during my preparation with this mission and getting adapted to the environment here on the International Space Station. So for example, I remember the few times I was on the centrifuge, which is a machine that simulates multiple times of the G-forces that we encounter during launch and re-entry. And the G-force is the weight that we feel on the ground when we're on Earth. And now we are living in a microgravity environment, so our weight is literally not available, so we float, as you can see. And during the centrifuge, actually, when I was encountering my weight times 2 or 3 or even up to 8 times, the first sensation was feeling an opponent on top of my chest. And one of the things that I learned during jiu-jitsu is to regulate the breathing. So this is exactly what I did during the centrifuge experience, and I think jiu-jitsu really helped me overcome that experiment. And also when we arrived here, I was surprised that we mainly use our feet to stabilize ourselves. So one of the fundamentals, as you know, that
we gotta use your hooks, guys.
Our toes to establish a foundation. So the pressure on the ground, the contact should be on your toes, not your heels. So on the ground, if you're putting your weight on your heels, any small move can push you in any direction. That's why I feel like doing a jiu-jitsu posture when I'm on space with my toes positioned under a handrail. So I feel very stable. I cannot move easily if I'm stable like this. And basically I'm using my toes to
Gotta use your hooks,
translate
guys.
everywhere. I can do all sorts of
Yo, that's awesome, bro.
tricks here. I can jump from one place to another, and yeah, literally use my, whoops, still learning. Yeah, use my toes to stabilize
Who's gonna
myself.
when is BJJ Finesse gonna put out
One
their
of the things as well,
space instructional, guys?
during jiu-jitsu training, we try to train our forearms, and this is exactly what I felt really helpful. Recently, I finished an operation called an EVA, an extravehicular activity, where we work for hours. I spent 7 hours working outside of the International Space Station. It's called a spacewalk, but actually we don't walk. We actually use our arms. So having trained doing jiu-jitsu for so many years,
Oh man, look at
I
him.
think having really strong grips from that training really helped me accomplish the mission with no problem. So I relate a lot of things from jiu-jitsu experience to life here on the ISS. One of the things that I found really interesting, and it's totally physics, so guys, you're doing physics when you train and do jiu-jitsu. To stabilize the International Space Station,
That's
we
good,
have
Danny.
large gyroscopes.
Yes,
And
jiu-jitsu in
these
space before
gyroscopes
GTA
can
6.
help maintain the attitude of the International Space Station. And I remember one of the things I did when I arrived is test this concept, and you all do during the warm-up for your daily routine on the ground. You do a bicycle kicks like this.
Yo,
So you see how
look at
I'm
him.
moving
Hey.
backward, and when I
hey,
reverse,
my man gonna have
I
good cardio,
start,
bro. He just moving, using them
moving
legs.
forward. And this is exactly what we use here on the International Space Station to maintain that attitude. And yeah, I mean, it's been fun living and working on board the International Space Station. I was doing a lot of front rolls and back flips as
My
well.
man training
Still
in
learning,
space.
but
He Goku.
I can demonstrate
He's literally
some
Goku,
of
guys.
these
He's training.
tricks like this.
If only you had some gravity.
And I'll do backflip,
extra
but
gravity up
it
there.
might be dangerous. Let's see.
Go for it, bro. You got it. Hey, oh, don't hit your head though.
Almost there.
Yeah, jump
Yeah,
higher,
so
bro.
it's really fun to work and live on board the International Space Station. And I'm really happy that I'm transferring whatever I learned during my training in the sport of Jiu-Jitsu here to the International Space Station. Please let me know what you think, and please share any ideas or comments, and let's see if we can do any of your favorite moves on board the International Space Station in the microgravity environment. Thank you so much for watching.
I want to
and
see them
you
rolling
soon.
up there. They be bumping their heads and they be rolling, hitting the wall. That was awesome, bro. I mean, I ain't seen no. Has wrestling been up in the space station? Has judo been up in the space station? I mean, jiu-jitsu been up on the space station, so that's good for the sport, man. I just want to showcase that there's other people. There's not just Craig Jones, pushing the sport, but there's other people out there, maybe more productive people, doing what they can. Do what you can. Did I have that up? Make sure I got a couple stories. Okay. So we got a couple stories. I'll just kind of jump it through a little bit. Oh, is that what you're saying, Danny Choppa or Jason Whitfield? Atos is in for CGI 2, and Felipe Pena is their wild card at 99 kilograms. He's a little too short to be plus 99, huh? Someone's got. I mean, Galvao not that tall, and Felipe Pena got to be what, 6'1"? You might need a bigger dude. Well, they messed up. They let B team snag Victor Hugo. I'm not sure who else they could. Well, Felipe Pena could probably win, but Flippy Pena should have done minus 99, right? And Kynan should have done plus 99. Unless they want Kynan versus the rematch versus Kynan and J Rod, Nicky Rod. Jason says Otto's team: Pena, Kynan, Rotulo's Bros, Donatas, Murasaki, Hulk, Perez, Andre Galval could even jump in because he said if someone missed weight, he would want the spot at CGI 1. That's not fair, bro. That's the super team. That's the Avengers right there. Literally, that's the Avengers. All these superhuman athletes on that team, bro. But if GB won't join, then you want one of the best grapplers out of the comp. Who's GB? Who's GB? I don't know. Is there a GB? I have no clue. How did B team get Hugo? Seems sus getting Nicky Rod's kryptonite on your team. They did a whole interview with him about it. Seems like Victor Hugo picked their team because he has a good relationship with the team. He thinks they will win. He can train with them in Austin. Yeah. So Victor Hugo is also in Austin, guys. That might be why. My understanding is that Victor Hugo agreed to it with Sanji's blessing. Who doesn't want a chance at 200K? Where's the rest of the comments at? Who doesn't want a chance at 200K? Getting him on B team scratches several boxes for all parties involved. They get one of the top heavyweights out there, someone who actually belongs in that class, and becomes one of the favorite teams to win. I would honestly rather not have the team is everyone is just going to bring random people. It's stupid that the 8 best teams didn't want to participate. It's actually kind of... who is GB? Gracie Baja? Why would they have a team? There's nobody on Gracie Baja. Who's on Gracie Baja team? Elder Cruz or one of those guys? There's nobody else there. Nobody who does no-gi from Gracie Baja. If it's not Elder Cruz, it's the other guy. I can't remember his name. Pedro Marino. Nobody else does no-gi at Gracie Baja. The Gracie Baja people too busy counting their money. Teams are fun. Well, why not just do an alliance team then? I mean, alliance don't even like Gracie Baja and alliance don't like no-gi anyway. You guys didn't know that? They don't like no-gi. Teams are fun, and Felipe Pena trains at Atos a lot, so that makes sense for them to bring him in. What are the 8 best teams that did not participate? Pena represents Gracie Baja. Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, nobody else is from Gracie Baja competing in no-gi. Pedro Marino and Pena, and maybe what's the smaller guy? I can't remember the small guy's name. That should be his team. I agree. Teams are fun, but these aren't real teams. They are randoms. Checkmat, Daisy Fresh Guys, Fight Sports, etc. all should have brought guys. Craig should be turning teams away, but instead he is piecing together teams. Oh, they don't have a Checkmat or a Daisy Fresh or Fight Sports? They should have those guys in there too. So this the issue with the formatting is that they got all these teams and it's just more complicated. I can't even keep up, bro. Personally, I want to see the best athletes go against the other best athletes. Who cares about their Krianchi team loyalty? Just look at the Yankees versus the Dodgers. It doesn't matter if the best hitter learned to play baseball in Japan. It's about bringing the best players into the league and making the best matchups. I mean, B team also brought someone else in, but I agree with you. It should be full teams. I could see something like the best of Europe, or maybe one entire team of random people that do not train together if they need it. At the end of the day, I'm not going to complain about some free BJJ with some of the best guys and they're getting paid. The problem is a lot of teams probably don't have elite level guys for each weight class. With the wild cards, you can at least expect a big name at each weight class on each team. Most major teams do have 5 high-level guys at the ADCC weight classes, to be fair. I don't know about that. They might not all be world champs, and some are definitely weaker than others, but it's not like they they'd bring in Steve from IT or a 16-year-old blue belt competitor. Says Gracie Baja is not a real team. They don't train together in a gym. Yeah, because it's like a million gyms. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. You know. So we saw this post earlier. Maybe we can play it again before YouTube hits copyright strike. Oh, not playing the sound. Anyway, we played it earlier. Let me play it one more time for you guys if you missed it.
Dokes always sensed I was hiding something. Now he knows. My devil danced with his demon and the fiddler's tune is far from over. Dokes always sensed I was hiding something. Now he knows. My devil danced with his demon and the fiddler's tune is far from over.
That's awesome, bro. I kind of hate how they got rid of that character in the series. They, just kind of blew him up. But he was right the whole time. He knew something was off about that guy. He knew J-Rod. He knew that J-Rod was off. He knew that something was off about Dexter. Penna said that Gracie Baja doesn't have enough players for a team. Yeah, they don't. They don't even train Nogi at Gracie Baja, really. They too busy counting money, bro. They too busy. They don't need that CJI money. J-Rock got removed. Why is people so out the loop? Dude has been J-ing his rod too much. J-Rod got caught like can't say that. Someone says, hope someone's checking in on Jay. I hope someone's checking in on the girls he was weirding out. I could see and hypothesize that all his friends in life was oriented around jiu-jitsu, and he went from king of the mountain to a little pesky, little pesky troll in a cave. Dang, that's pretty accurate. All of a sudden, he's being attacked by his friends in a fairly large online community. And the last person I would want coming at me online is Craig Jones. He's got no chill, which does provide great content that could push a man to do stupid things if they couldn't see a way out. He said he's going to AOJ. Who knows? Maybe the heavily regimented and religious approach they have will be good for him. I would be a little worried for the AOJ because they got a lot of girls over there. My man Goonin. You can't be gooning over there at AOJ, guys. They've got too many girls, man. They actually, have a women's team, and it's like pretty big, and bro. We don't know, man. I'm gonna agree with you. Can't really take the high road and respect the victims, and also make dumb jokes about it. Craig Jones doing too much. He's doing too much. You can't respect the victims and simultaneously mock the perpetrator. Why not? Sometimes dumb is funny too. If only it uploaded with audio, I suggest you see the original Craig Jones Instagram. I know the saying goes tragedy plus time equals comedy, but this feels too soon. Oh well. Time to crack open my copy of Dark Joke for Dummies. Making content and being funny about it makes it seem like he's not taking it seriously. You guys continue to support Craig Jones, so that's just the way it is, man. Until you guys change, until your taste changes. Oh, you guys can't even see Pikachu. Did you guys see Pikachu back there? He's back there, guys. I'll do a big view in a little bit, but he's back there. Yeah, I think kicking him out of the gym was a good step, and it was nice to see Jay take accountability. Did he take accountability? I don't know what's the point of this content is. I think he did properly investigate because I heard at some point that Craig knew for a while before and confronted Jay, then kicked him out just a bit before the stuff went public. Unless there's something else he was doing, I honestly don't seem like a big deal. We got some weird people on Reddit, bro. I'm not gonna read that. We doing pretty good today, guys. You guys holding on? I'm hoping that Dexter music don't get me with a copyright strike or something, bro. You know I can't defeat YouTube. YouTube is undefeatable. So we got Nicky Ryan says he's retiring if he has another knee surgery. He's already had 3 knee surgeries, so at the age of 23, I think that ACL is cooked, bro. We did read the article yesterday, I think, so he's might be just focusing on coaching. So it's pretty crazy that he's kind of going in the same kind of path as Danaher, but just earlier. Let's switch it back so you guys can see. I kind of like that view. You guys like it where you can see a little bit better? I just hope he remembers to quit at the end of the month. No point wasting another month of gym membership. Yeah. Well, if you tear your ACL 3 times, it's okay to quit jiu-jitsu at that point. Wouldn't fault him, but it would be a huge bummer. Who knows, though? Maybe he'd end up being a superb coach in our second, just on a technical level. I love winning. I hate competing. I can relate to this sentiment. As he says, the nerves before and during the competition, not to mention the prep, is hell. Totally get it. I used to compete a lot and basically don't do it anymore. Or don't do it at all anymore. The nerves, the prep, it's a lot while also balancing my regular life, parenting, etc. And these were for low stakes, local matches, nothing like what Nicky Ryan does. I do like to take my medals out from the drawer sometimes and clink them around while awkwardly looking at my kids, though. Yeah, you should have trained Guy. I literally don't get not having a proper strength routine as an athlete. Like, it's your job. Of course, it doesn't totally reduce the risk of injury, but it definitely helps. He'll be super successful at it. His understanding of BJJ is second to none, and contrarily to what some believe, he's clearly very smart. Oh, did not come up. He's definitely not dumb, but he's the brother of Gordon Ryan. By all accounts, is stupid, and we still don't know how much intelligence is predetermined by genetics. But if at all, it's not looking good. Did Nicky Ryan or Gordon Ryan finish high school? I'm kind of wondering. Nighttime says, "Yo, 12 a.m. here in Osaka. Can't sleep." Well, welcome to the podcast, the live stream. What's going on, Nighttime World? Yeah, I remember you, bro. Yeah, we just kind of hanging out. Being injured sucks. Surgery is a nightmare. Multiple surgeries equals no more competition. He's going to make plenty of money as a coach running one of the best gyms in the world. He's okay. I assume we will see him retiring soon, because he seems to suck at doing rehab and comes back way too early. Well, that's why you guys got to take your time. Don't rush to rehab, guys. Nicky Ryan has been one of the biggest names. Perfect. Maybe getting the first knee surgery when the injury happened and not putting it off because you are chasing Santa Claus skins in Fortnite might have saved him from all this. Oh, dude put off having it done because he was going to go to rehab route instead, then didn't do the rehab for years. Oh, he didn't do his rehab? What did he do? He just came back after the surgery? No gi guys don't last long in the sport due to injury, where gi guys can compete up until their 60s. Yeah, I don't know any super old no gi guys, but I know more old guys in the gi. I mean, they still beat up. Don't get it twisted. They beat up. Retiring from what exactly? This is hardly a long-term career for anyone. Does he do anything for his knees besides get surgery? What kind of athlete doesn't take care of his body? Guy is only 23 years old. How did he wreak such havoc on his body without having accomplished much more than he's capable of? Just went through 2 knee surgeries for a torn patellar tendon. Oh, that's terrible. I partially tore in a judo tournament in March. Can't say I blame him. If I did it again, I'd be done competing. So it sounds like he tore both patella tendons. Oh, 2 knee surgeries for a torn. Oh, 1 surgery for one knee. Or 2 surgeries for one knee. He's already done. Needs to just be a coach full time and quit lying to himself. I mean, can you blame him? I've only been watching a B team for a short while, and his knees or ankles are always hurt. Does suck, though. I love watching another short king roll. He's such an awesome teacher. I hope he just focuses on coaching and stays healthy. Honestly, I'd hop on. Well, it's too late for that. He could do this. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, 23. I mean, bro, these young guys would be lucky to reach my age and, knock on wood, still be kicking like I'd be doing it. I mean, the way they train and the way they roll, I think while they win, I don't think they're gonna have longevity, unfortunately. But that's the path they chose. They chose to roll crazy. Let's see. Why do my coaches keep quitting on me? That's an important one. I don't think it's you. Actually, it might be you. You might be the student that broke their back. This will be my 3rd gym I've been to. The previous 2 closed, and it wasn't due to lack of people or anything like that. The coaches just got tired of coaching. Now my current gym is heading down the same melancholy path of a butthurt coach who just wants to train instead of teach. That's a lot of guys. He brought in our federation's coach to handle classes for him so he can take a break. But this is a temporary fix because the federation coach has his own gym to run. I have almost 3 years combined of training 3 to 4 times a week. I can't even establish myself enough to get my blue belt because as soon as I'm coming up to promotion, the gym closes and I have to start all over at a brand new gym. I'm sick of this stuff. Danny Chapa says, it's crazy because I could feel my knees getting weaker, but I started to do some specific training for muscles and tendons around. It doesn't usually need knee braces to roll anymore. I don't usually need knee braces to roll anymore. Nikki needs knees over toes. Well, I think he's past the knee over toe. Maybe. I mean, I guess anything's better than what he's doing. So, it takes time. I think you have young athletes, especially doing a lot of leg locks, training really hard, and they don't have a foundation of movement. How to squat, how to lunge. They don't have that foundational movement, so it's easy to injure yourself, overtraining, doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, not having proper diet, no proper sleep. So it takes all that stuff working together for you to be healthy, guys. Your diet got to be on point. Your sleep got to be on point. Your foundation, your fitness, it's got to be on point. So, and some of it's genetic, Some of it's genetic. His brother had tore, I believe it's LCL or something. So it might be genetic. It could be other factors as well. So we don't know. So now we're talking about coaches quitting. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't really teach like I used to. I used to teach for several years, almost, I think since I was 16 until like 30. 30. I was teaching a lot until COVID. Once COVID hit, I stopped teaching as much. But it's not made for everybody. Not everybody is meant to teach. You don't have the disposition. You don't have the patience. And I also think that the clientele has changed. I think the people training jiu-jitsu now is different than in previous years. So it's a different market, and it's I don't think it's the same. It's not the same as it used to be. So you're getting people that want to be catered to, that want to be treated like a service. Jiu-jitsu is a service now. It's a service industry job now. So, it's not meant for everybody. Not everybody's outgoing. Not everybody can manage people. Not everybody can deal with the stress. Not everybody wants to teach, so it happens. Some of you guys, hard to, bro. Some of you guys, bro. Some of these students out here, they kind of suck, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Some of these students suck, and you're like, man, I gotta put up with this. You know, they complaining. They always comparing you to Danaher or Gordon Ryan or somebody. It sucks, bro. People have to start tapping to heel hooks more. Actual leg locks killed the nogi game. People don't even pass the guard in nogi. Shoot for leg locks. Keenan was right about nogi. The thing is, if you got good passing, you can mess up some nogi guys nowadays, bro. Look at Joseph Chin. What does Joseph Chin be doing, guys? He be doing guard passing. Look at Nicky Rod. What does Nicky Rod be doing? Guard passing and takedowns. I mean, you can, if you're good at leg locks, you can still get them, but eventually people figure them out, you know. Somebody said running a business is difficult. Yeah, it is. You know, and it's like you're doing everything. You're cleaning the mats. You're doing admin stuff. You're signing people up. You gotta, you collections. You gotta collect the payment from people they ain't paid. You gotta sell. You sell in the program, market the program. You gotta keep the program running. People over there. You gotta deal with J Rod in the back gooning. You gotta deal with Craig Jones. You gotta. You don't know how many different personalities there are in the gym and how much drama there can be. So it's a lot of work. In fact, I suggest people not open a school and not even teach until I say you should be until your 30s. You need some life experience to be a coach, you know. And you get people like, even someone like Nicky Ryan. Think about Nicky Ryan. He's 23 years old. What else has he done in his life? He doesn't have life experience. So while he might be technically sound, he's actually pretty down to earth from what, you know, when I met him. I think you need some life experience. You need to see what else is out there for you. You know, think about wrestling. They don't even do most high level wrestlers don't go from, you know, some wrestlers do coach. You know, they'll do the wrestling clinics, but they don't go to full on coaching. They go assistant. They can do assistant coaching, but they don't go on the full on head coaching until later in their careers. Yeah, but I think you need, just my experience, guys, you need that life experience before you start coaching, and you need to know how to deal with people, interpersonal relationships. You need that experience before you go into this. You need to do an apprenticeship. You need to learn you need to know the ins and outs of the business before you open up the business. I think a lot of people think the business is easy, then they get into it, they burn out, they're ready to sell their gym. Nightmare says running a commercial gym is really tough, especially when you're not under any name. I know if you wanted to open up an alliance, you got to pay them like crazy amounts every month. Yeah, if you wanted to open up an alliance school, you gotta be paying. You gotta invest. You gotta take courses. You gotta go through meetings. You don't just open up an alliance school or a Gracie Baja school. And usually you're gonna have to be a black belt. You're gonna need to be a black belt before you open up those programs, those schools. So yeah, a lot of people jump into this thinking it's gonna be easy, and then it's not easy. Bro, my voice about to go. I gotta get a humidifier or something. It says CGI2 free on YouTube and working with Flograppling. So I guess Craig has talked a little bit more about that. If you looked at the thumbnail for the video, that's what I put Craig Jones on there for that. It says latest on borrowed time. Craig apologizes to absolutely nobody. I stole that from Connor. Talking about CGI2 and working with Flow and still going to be free. Also talks about reuniting with Mo. Clearly, CGI's impact into the sport is doing exactly what it was intended to do. Very exciting times. I'm super happy to hear it's going to be streamed on YouTube. So they're live streaming it for free on YouTube again. Is Nicky Rod still competing? Yes, teams. He will be on B team with Ethan, Chris, Joseph, and Victor Hugo. I got you, boys. Oh, that's Craig. Even though I'll give away $6 million in 2 events and still get that and get heat for the mere idea, I'd make you pay to watch. Lord have mercy on me. So you might, if as long as they get their music down, they might be able to make that money back. If all of us donates like $100, a million people donates $100, that would be crazy. I mean, obviously, a million people are not going to donate $100, but that would be that could be that could be possible. Says, well, given your whole thing during CJI1 was that jiu-jitsu shouldn't be paywalled and that ADCC and Flow were doing everything wrong, yes, you would get the heat if that were the case. Mate just monetized it. Get the ad rev. I'm a YouTube premium subscriber, so ads don't matter. But I'll never get a cent, but Flow will never get a cent from me. So I think a lot of people, if you guys are watching, try to donate to the CJI. It was a good event. Hopefully the CJI 2 is good. So we'll see. Someone says, how exactly is Flow being involved? Probably production, so crew, trucks, and logistics. It's funny to partner with Flow. Yeah, that's what I was saying. For their production, I like Flograppling, but the production, whoever did the production for CGI1 was pretty good. Since a lot of time they have issues, but I suppose those are more with the actual website being down. Maybe Flow's production on YouTube will be good because it doesn't run through Flow's own web player, which crashes constantly. No, Flow production, same team. Yeah. Why would they definitely don't change the production team. Jason says, there's only going to be 8 teams, so they just did America, European, Australia, Asia, B Team, Atos, New Wave, Tim Planet, and Team Misfits, coached by Cade Rotullo. It's not going to be by Greg Sodders anymore? What happened to Greg Sodders? They got rid of Ecological? Ecological got kicked out? So same production team. Yeah, don't change production. Production was like the best we've seen ever. YouTube is a great opportunity for donations during the stream. If I'm not having to pay to watch the event, open up super chats, donating in the comment section. This would allow for us to all donate to the event and competitors live, or even set up some side pots. First person to body lock past Nikki Rod gets pot A. I've seen this on other grappling events, and you can end up with a pretty good sum of money in these pots. Once you get 10,000 people donating to the first one to hit a twister pot, you have competitors hunting submissions for that extra $100,000 bonus thrown together by fans, which makes the fans feel like they're also getting to be more engaged. You could also do this with a QR code on a screen or however else you think may work. So I think we might see, I think Flow going to be like, I like Flograppling, but sometimes, these companies will partner together so they'll learn some of the secrets. Oh, they did it like this. Oh, they did the live stream. Oh, they did that. Things are always changing nowadays, guys. It's always changing. Not quite enough, no info quite yet, but my guess is some sort of broadcasting and promotion type stuff, possibly free on Flow instead of B Team, so they will get all the numbers and royalties. I don't think they're going to do that. I hope. Well, he said they're going to do the same production team. Yeah, I really hope they just work with the same production team as before. Flow's production is amateur. He said that, Flow, not me. Felipe Pena is the wild card pick for Atos. Feels weird to me. Team Atos will be one of my favorites if the Rotullos will join. Any news if they will join CJI 2? In their interviews, they said they are focusing on MMA. Kainen will get the other spot, and maybe Japanese Brazilian will drop down to 66. Oh, you mean Andy? The Japanese Brazilian? they're not actually focusing on MMA exclusively. I interviewed both of them in the last year, and they both said the same thing. They both want to be MMA champs, but they're still going to compete in jiu-jitsu at the same time. Eventually, say they go to the UFC or something, that ain't going to work anymore. The skill level going to be too high, Says, so there's a good chance we'll see them at CGI too. I can't say how high the chances is to be to that specific event, but they're both going to continue defending their one titles and pursuing other major BJJ titles. Whether the timing lines up for them to do CGI is specifically, I have no idea. So yeah, we'll see what's going on. Someone says, I would say this ends up on the Flow's YouTube account. Oh, we didn't think about that, guys. Flograppling might, if they paid $1 million, Craig might put it on their YouTube channel. That is true. They got to pay like $2 million, 1.5 at least. They must be worried about UFC getting into the jiu-jitsu streaming. Interesting to hear these guys talk about the UFC and the exclusivity of athletes. For athletes, but they won't call them, even mention Fight Pass by name, especially when Craig names other promotions, but not them. So August 30th and 31st, I believe that's the same time as Jiu-Jitsu Con. Is it same time, guys? What's that? Let's see if we can pull that up. I don't know if I'll be there. You guys go watch it for me. Let me know. Yeah, August 30th and 31st. Let's see if there's a tournament that same. Oh, let's just go to the website over here. Let's see what's going on. There you go, guys. What's the other date? August 30 and 31st. World Masters, August 28th to the 30th. Is that a Sunday or Saturday? I don't know what day that is, guys. I believe it's Wednesday to Sunday. No? What day is the 31st, guys? Jason says Greg Souders is doing the America team. Oh, Kate is doing the Misfits team. Why is Greg Souders in charge of the Americas team? They couldn't put Pete Pedigo. They couldn't put heck, I'll take Lloyd Irvin over Greg Souders. Man, who else would have been a good American coach? J-Flow. They couldn't pick J-Flow? Bro, J-Flow? Who do you think is better? J-Flow or Greg Souders, guys? Who? Man. I mean, I guess there's no takedowns in CJI. I'd rather see J-Flow. Lloyd Irvin. I'd take Lloyd Irvin over Greg Souders. Keenan. Who else is good? Andres. Yeah, Andres. I'm trying to think of some other American. Yeah, Heath Pedigo. There's some other people, man. They could have picked anybody but this dude. He got two good students. How are you the American coach? You got two good students. And they twins. You got two twin bros that are the best students you got. I rather seen, yeah, J Flow would have been a better. Heck, Travis Stevens. Bro, Travis Stevens. Who's got more notoriety? Travis Stevens or Greg Souders? JT Torres. JT Torres, guys. You could have put JT Torres out there. Gianni Grippo. Lovato. Come on, man. Get out of here with that. What's going on? I just named 4 people that were better. More notoriety. Probably better coaches. Sorry, Greg Souders. I don't know you personally. But come on. You can't compare yourself to Lovato or JT Torres or I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. There was other people they could have picked. I ain't saying they had to pick me. I so we got a video. Hopefully there's no music on here. Yeah, JT would have been sick, bro. I mean, he's a good competitor and a good coach. There's other people too. Man, there's a ton of other people that were great. Let's watch. We got AOJ. So we got Worlds coming up, guys. We'll try to cover some of the Worlds. I'm mostly gonna cover black belts because I there's too many lower belts. They got the blue, purple, juveniles, brown. It's too much. We're covering black belt, unless there's like a phenom lower belt. Let's see what they got to say at AOJ. They be packed. People go to AOJ for the camp before Worlds, and it's right there in California, so it's hard to beat. They got the
We're 3
acai
weeks
right
out
there.
from Worlds right now, biggest competition of the year, and training's in full effect. I myself have been competing a lot recently. Just got back from Brazil, won at Brasileiros, so I feel like I've got some good momentum coming off of my last few victories from this year, and man, just ready to go and get this first world title. Let's do it.
We're about to start 7:30 competition training with Professor Guy, and yeah, this is that time of day that you get the nerves up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like competition. Professor Guy runs intense. He's intense into the class. He's trying to replicate the competition environment.
Less than 3 weeks for Worlds. The team is super well prepared. Like I've been training all year long.
Yo, I like how the dudes that got hit by USADA, they wear a nogi. Every dude that got hit by USADA, yo, my bros that got hit by USADA got the nogi on. Yo, they can't compete. They got the ban. Greg is going to have a hard time getting people on his team because of his location. J-Flow would have been great. Where's Greg? Is he in Jersey? Where's Greg at? Jason Whitfield, do you know? I was asking somebody about this, but nobody knows. I mean, depending on what part of Jersey, or if they're I don't know if they're in PA. Yeah. Well, he's gonna. How are they gonna get? Yeah, they should have picked J-Flow because they could do it at Legion. Everybody's there, San Diego. They would have been set, bro. This is what we call thinking about what's happening. I feel like Craig Jones, he's got too much going on. He's got his marketing. He's got the drama at his gym. He's got all this other stuff going on. So it's hard to. I mean, obviously sees the big picture or whatever, but it's hard to. Does this make sense? Oh, I should have done that. Maybe I should do this. He needs a bigger team. He needs some assistance.
Less than 3 weeks for Worlds. The team is super well prepared. Like I've been training
their gym's so packed they
all
can't
year
even
long.
run.
Like all the competitions,
they
the
can just
majority of
walk.
the athletes are doing all the major competitions. I feel like this is like that last push, right? Like I think this is the part that we enjoy the most of the training because all the hard
They should've
work is
just
pretty
picked
much
Lloyd
done.
Irvin then.
Now it's just I feel like it's very important to be around the people that are doing the same thing as you, the people that are supporting you, and I feel.
I say Lloyd because he actually has the resources to he has a place for all them people to stay. He's got the gym. He's got the resources to actually build those guys up. And as far as don't come after me. As far as who's developed the most world champions, American world champions, American medalists, Lloyd Irvin's up there. Mika was caught. Well, that's why not recently. He got caught. He got caught in 2022, I believe, and then he got a ban for like a year or two, and in 2024 he went. So unless you're saying he got caught again, he got caught one time, yeah, but he won in 2024. But he's not competing now, so we know why he ain't competing. Mika, why aren't you competing? That USADA, bro. I need USADA. I need USADA to test everybody.
Like get there and show the work.
Got Zaikana, Tynan. I'm hoping I can make it
This
the Worlds
one here,
next year.
number 1, okay? World champion, now professor, leading the group there in Mission Viejo. Don't think she stopped jiu-jitsu, okay? Just different goals, okay?
We got the twin girls. They're pretty good, really good, actually. I don't think they're gonna let J-Rod over there, man. You can't be gooning. You can't be gooning out there,
now
man.
you guys are gonna sweep. Whenever you sweep,
There's
I want
no
you guys
space over
connecting
there,
to
bro.
the pass. Okay, so sweep the person. Don't stop in front of them. Okay, connecting to the pass. Okay, all the way to the pass or to the back if the person is reacting, defending. Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
watch it.
Lloyd is more low key, but I mean, he's still got good athletes. Look at Elijah Dorsey. Man, I got the candy cane. Who was that?
Guys, build groups of 3. You two can go to that side too.
I have to go to war with Steve and Alex here. They try to kill me every day.
The goal for today is to not get Cole's blood on my gi, but just watch by the end
Oh,
of
they're
training.
doing
It's
the
low
three-man
percent.
training.
People probably think my thumb is injured. It's just a little cut. But no, this is whenever Professor Guy pairs us all up, gets us in groups that we normally
They
train
got too
with.
many people in their classes,
These guys
bro.
are both featherweights at brown belt, so they've always been my training partners coming up. So.
I'm gonna skip the music, guys. The music. I know you guys want to watch the video. You go watch it on your own time.
It's gonna be my goal. And then back in 2022, I was.
For Briu, you guys saw him. He did not have the best match against Tackett. He got caught outright. This girl, she's good.
It's like
The music is killing. I just want to play the music, guys. I'm sorry. Tynan.
Out there, and
Nobody wants to fight Tynan, obviously. Look at that jaw, bro. Was that jaw always like that, Tynan?
I feel like people.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to play the music, man. Hope you guys understand. Oh yeah, I faced Lloyd Irvin students. They aren't pushovers by any means. Just was wondering if people would complain. Possibly. That is possible. Yeah, that is one issue. I wish I was American. There's so many BJJ opportunities if you live in America. Yeah. Specifically, if you live in Texas, that's where Flograppling is, or if you live, Vegas, you got UFC, MMA, a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments there, or Orlando, a lot of tournaments there, Pans and all these. I think trials, ADCC trials, going to be there, and of course Cali. If you live in California, you got a lot of jiu-jitsu. I would say, we got other places: Jersey, PA, New York, Maryland. There's jiu-jitsu there. Atlanta, jiu-jitsu there. Usually you got to hit the coast. You want the good jiu-jitsu, you got to hit the coast. But yeah, you can, if you get in, you can make a name for yourself here. I heard there's a gym on every corner in Santa Monica. Yeah, LA, bro, there's a gym in every place in LA. You can find jiu-jitsu everywhere in LA. San Diego too, bro. Now we got Lucas Leitch. I think this is going to be the last video I cover. If you guys don't know Lucas Leitch, he's one of the top guys at Checkmat. He's got one of the best half guard games. Hopefully I can make a video on him at one point in time. But we're going to listen to him a little bit and see what he's got to say.
Just got done with some training with Team Checkmat for the 2025 Worlds. Tell me how the Checkmat team training has gone preparing for the event.
The team is doing great. Checkmat, maybe not everybody know, but it's academy. Then it's a very spread towards the world. Instead, we have one place where everybody train. We have people in Europe, people in Brazil, California, Texas, Florida, and then but before the Worlds, everybody coming to California 3-4 weeks before the Worlds. So it's very nice to see different I was rolling with a lot of guys from Sweden. They Checkmat Sweden, and they always bring some new technique. And Brazil right now, with Professor Sebastian, have a very nice project with very young guys, very young talents, blue belts and purple belts, some juveniles. They all come in here 2-3 weeks before the Worlds. Also, the guys then are original from California, like Jensen, Nagai, Mateus Gabriel in Texas right now, El Monstro. Then he's more like an old guy, but he's been training a lot. He's also going to compete. And then a lot of girls too from Sweden, the girls from here. Natalie's out because we just had a baby, and she won the last Worlds. She's a little bit sad that she's not doing, but she's going to come back. Who else? I have a lot of people. I always forget someone. And Adam always, he not train as much with us. He moved to Las Vegas, but, he probably going to show up next week on the last 2 weeks for the Worlds. And we're very excited. We have a lot of good people right now. Like I say, the checkmate style, instead everybody training together all year long in one place, is not. We are not like that. We have people then like in Europe, Brazil, California, Texas, and then once in a while we get together and we train everybody, and it's very nice. It's a very, like today was a very nice way to train with different people from the same team but different culture and learn different techniques, and everybody try to help each other. Sometimes a little stress when, like jiu-jitsu, when foot lock go a little bit too hard, they get mad, but then they say, okay, sorry, and everything's fine. So we're very excited.
It's really interesting because the Checkmat team seems so like tight-knit, but you said everyone's kind of spread out all over the world. What do you think it is about the environment and all those academies that makes everyone feel like it's such a close team, even though they're kind of spread out?
Because a lot of the core, it's a lot of people that used to train together, like say the coach, me, Leo, Rico Vieira, or Sebastian in Brazil, Lapella, João, the guys in Kenya, in Europe. So we know each other from a long time ago, and we talk about our friends, about each other for our students, so we kind of know.
Checkmat's a huge team. You guys know I'm tired. My voice gone, guys. I gotta do some research too. Checkmat's a huge team, and you got Leo Vieira, Ricardo Vieira, Buchecha, Lucas Leite, a lot of really great people. And they mentioned Sweden because they got Finfu and a couple other guys, Max Lindblad. You guys like to say that. You got some other guys that are checkmat up there. That just shows you how widespread these teams are. Alliance has teams everywhere. Gracie Baja got teams everywhere. Gracie University got teams everywhere. AOJ, they only got 2 teams. Otto's got a couple teams everywhere. Jiu-jitsu is spread pretty wide, and fortunately we can train just about anywhere. So we're really lucky. We can train up in space. Again, I think today we really were covering a lot of stuff. We covered Craig Jones, but I also want to again go back to Oliver Geddes. That was probably the biggest story for today. Where's the thing at, bro? So again, if you know him or you're in the UK, please reach out to him. He's going through a chemo battle, so he's also doing. I think today they're doing an open mat at his gym in the United Kingdom. So if you're nearby, Stronger Fitness and Martial Arts, today. I think it's almost that time now. So if you're in that area, go check them out. There's Adam in Guam. Atos. Yeah, there's Atos in Guam, I believe. I might have to go and check, and it's only for 4 hours from me. There's one guy. They had Camacho. No, not Camacho. There's a guy from Guam at Atos headquarters that was pretty good too. There's there's affiliations in Japan. The only ones I really know of are Axis and Carpe Diem and some other ones, Banzai. But yeah, man. You know, again, there's a lot of people that are pushing jiu-jitsu forward. It's not just Craig Jones and Gordon Ryan and Flograppling. It's a lot of people. Everybody's kind of doing their own little thing. I just posted in my group chat, so that's what's going on. Can I take that off of there? Mute. There we go. Let's mute these notifications. We're gonna mute that for about 15 minutes. A little off topic, but Kyle Snyder got his charges reduced and is eligible to compete at Final X. Okay, is he eligible? Let's look up Safe Sport real fast. I did this a couple days ago, but we'll check. Let's see. I did this a while. Oh, you guys can't see. I did this like 2 days ago. Where am I? I don't know if you guys can see it. So I went on a Safe Sport, U.S. Center for Safe Sport. They had his name as allegations of misconduct, so maybe they took him off there. I don't know if you guys can see here. It says temporary suspension and some other stuff. So we looked at wrestling. Wrestling was pretty bad, guys. Wrestling was pretty bad. They had a lot of offenders. And judo had a couple. I don't know if they have jiu-jitsu on here. Oh, they took Kyle Snyder off of there. I guess you're right. They took him out of there. Yo, Kyle Snyder got lucky, bro. He was on here a couple days ago, but I guess they took him off. Do you guys think that's right for them to take him off of the USA, the Safe Sport here? He was on here before, guys. I swear to God, I got the video, but they took him off, so I guess he is eligible. Dang, this recent. There's another one too. Dang, some of the stuff was pretty bad. So I think Kyle Snyder, I'm not sure how it normally goes, but he basically got a slap on the wrist. He had to do like a John school, which I don't really know what that means. So he did he take the Safe Sport training? Anyway, he had to do. I'm in New Jersey. That's why they got this up here. He had to do. He had to do a John School, which is we're looking at the Jersey one. It says course, the world's oldest profession prevention class. Safe Sport said because he got his charges reduced, he is eligible to compete. I'm saying that he only got his charges reduced because he was famous, because someone pulled some favors. Because look, he got Mother's Day, he got hit, he got caught with his pants down Mother's Day, and then like the next week he had his trial. Basically on Monday he had the trial, charges reduced, slap on the wrist. The judge was super nice to him. She hit him with the fine, the $250. She asked him, did he learn anything? I'm going to be honest. I don't think he learned anything, because she asked him what he learned. He's like, he didn't say nothing about, I'm never going to let this happen again, or I feel pretty bad, my family, blah, blah, blah. It didn't seem very authentic to me. I can tell Kyle, what did Kyle Snyder study in school, guys? Because I can tell he never went to class. Or is that just me? What did Kyle Snyder, what did he study, guys? I mean, obviously, super good athlete. What did he need to study? I'm asking because we did Aaron Brooks before, guys, and he did Parks and Recreation or something. He studied Parks and Recreation, and that's why he needed the Adderall. But let's see what Kyle Snyder studied. I mean, I know what he wasn't studying. I can't spell. He has a bachelor's degree in sports industry with a minor in human development and family studies. What does that mean? That ain't no real degree. Yo, what is that, guys? You know he wasn't going to class. I mean, I the only reason I could tell is because when the judge asked him what he learned, it didn't seem very like. It seemed like he's good at making stuff up. So let's see. Course for the world's oldest profession provides access to the world's oldest profession prevention class, an educational program that may be required in the state by the court, a legal order, a legal representative, a parole or probation officer, an employer, or other entity. This class has been written to meet national standards and is recognized by courts and organizations that allows distance learning. The course for the world's oldest profession program provides meaningful content intended to meet court, legal, or employer requirements. Also recommend honestly, I don't know what course he had to take. What course did they have him on? 8 hour, 16, 4 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour, or 16 hour? I mean, I never got hit with any of this stuff before, knock on wood. I just feel like that was an opportunity to send a message to Kyle Snyder. I think he should have been forced to sit out of Final X. I mean, I'm a big fan of Kyle Snyder. You know, I know what he represents for the wrestling world, but I think if they're going to send a message, I mean, the judge doesn't know, obviously, but I assure you guys, if that was me out there, that judge would have been like, "Oh, you got a tournament on the 14th, Alec? You know what? We're gonna teach you a lesson. You're not gonna wrestle. You're not gonna compete that day, Alec." I'm just being honest. Kyle Snyder, he gets slapped on the wrist. Me, I'd probably still be in jail. I'm like, bro, I didn't do it. I'm watching Kyle Snyder get out. Bro, let me out of here too. It says family studies. He's definitely not teaching a class in that. I mean, he know how to break a family up. Nah, his wife gonna stick with him. I think they should have hit him with the ban for at least for Final X. You know, I think they should have just. I don't think it's right that he was able to compete anyway. They should have been like, all right, bro, you gotta wait this. You gotta miss this world championship, bro. I'm sorry. Otherwise, I mean, obviously his reputation took a hit, but he doesn't care about his reputation. Obviously, he wouldn't be. Well, if he wouldn't be doing that stuff as a public figure if he cared about his reputation. But I assure you, if you hit him with the you can't do the world, you ain't doing the world team trials, you ain't competing at Worlds this year, he would have been very remorseful. Kyle, how do you feel you can't do the world team trials? Oh man, I feel terrible. This is, that would actually hurt him. Taking the John class for 2 hours. I mean, obviously his pants were down too, but he's okay. I feel like he needed it to teach him a lesson for real. That's the only time he would have learned that lesson if he couldn't do Worlds. Yeah. But yeah, well, that's it, guys. I'm tired. My voice about to go. We should be on tomorrow. My schedule's a little different. We ain't got no class on Friday, but I probably need to work out. So I know you guys liking Pikachu over there. Pikachu. We'll bring Pikachu closer probably tomorrow. That's it, guys. I ain't got nothing else to say. We talked about everything. We talked about everything we could talk about today. So we'll see what's going on tomorrow. Things change day by day. We'll see who the next Penn State wrestler that gets in trouble is. Yeah, stay out of trouble, guys. That's all I can say, man. Make myself big. Yeah, stay out of trouble. We also got a Memorial Day sale coming up for inverted gear. If you guys need some gis, some no gi, some bags, any jiu-jitsu apparel, go check them out. Offer code ALEC for that discount. Also got BJ Mental Models. I'm working on the video, which I'm going to do after I eat some lunch, do my research, and hope to have that done by this month, which is slowly winding down. So that's it, guys. I want you guys to stay out of trouble, stay safe, stay healthy. That's it. Let me get out of here. You know I'm going to play my song, guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, God willing. Peace. Hey. We got to make a new video. I like this video, but we got to make a new one.